All the information shared in this video is available on the public platform. Nothing is discussed here which may breach the confidentiality of our armed forces. Defense Detective respects our defense forces and works only on the information that is available for public.
The Bible tells us that the sins of the fathers are visited upon the children. In the wake of the recent terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, this prophetic warning has come to remind Indians of their historical mistake of epic proportions 60 years ago, when New Delhi squandered on the negotiating table the hard-fought battlefield victories in the strategic Haji Pir Pass. The Haji Pir Pass, located in the formidable Pir Panjal range, connects Poonch in Jammu and Kashmir to Rawalakot in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, POK. Situated at the commanding height of 2,637 meters, 8,652 feet, the strategic pass overlooks the POK Valley and today serves as one of the main infiltration routes for Pakistani terrorists in the Kashmir Valley. India could have denied Pakistan its main infiltration route in J&K by keeping the Haji Pir Pass, substantially reducing Islamabad's ability to foment trouble in India's Jammu and Kashmir. The Haji Pir Pass held other advantages for India. It significantly shortened the road distance between Poonch and Uri from 282 kilometers to 56 kilometers and would have provided India better connectivity between Jammu and Kashmir Valley, improving military logistics and trade. Before partition, the main road connecting Jammu Valley with the Kashmir Valley passed through Haji Pir. However, this route became unusable as Pakistan captured POK, including Haji Pir Pass in 1948. The strategic pass would also have provided India with easy access to much of the POK, continuously reminding Pakistan of its precarious position there. That original sin is still haunting India after 3 generations, and Pakistan continues to bleed India through 1,000 cuts by using Haji Pir Pass for infiltration and terrorism in Kashmir. As Lt. Gen. Shekhtkar predicted, the foolish return of Haji Pir Pass at the negotiating table became a disincentive for India in future wars. How India went deep inside enemy territory to capture Haji Pir Pass. Buoyed by the success of the 1948 India-Pakistan War, where Islamabad was able to capture nearly 1/3 of Kashmir, and India's humiliating defeat in the 1962 Indochina War, Pakistan once again thought of capturing the whole of Kashmir in 1965. In August of that year, Pakistan's President, Ayub Khan, sanctioned Operation Gibraltar to clandestinely infiltrate a large number of guerrillas into Kashmir to destabilize the region and eventually capture it with the help of the Pakistan Army. However, contrary to what President Ayub expected, the local population of Kashmir did not rebel against India. By mid-August, India warned Pakistan that if infiltration does not stop, India will take the fight to the other side. On 15 August 1965, the Indian Army crossed the ceasefire line, CFL, and captured 3 hills. A decision was also taken to capture the Haji Pir Bulge, as it was the main infiltration route used by Pakistan. The operation was codenamed Operation Bakshi. Lt. Gen. Harbaksh Singh, Western Army commander during the 1965 war, visits Haji Pir. The task of capturing Haji Pir Pass was given to 19 Infantry Division commanded by Major General S.S. Kalan and the Corps Reserve of 68 Infantry Brigade commanded by Brigadier Z.C. Bakshi. On 26 August, 1 Para battalion moved towards Sangh. They had to climb steep terrain under heavy rain. Pakistan's positions were well defended. After capturing Sangh, the Indian Army pressed further on Ledwali Gali, capturing it the next day. Giving the task to Major Ranjit Singh Dayal, Brigadier Bakshi said, "If you win Haji Pir you will be a hero, but if you can't I will be arrested for taking a unilateral decision." A historic mistake of epic proportions. What Pakistan could not win on the battlefield, it won at the negotiating table. The Tashkent Agreement, signed on 10 January 1966, entailed the withdrawal of Indian and Pakistani forces to positions that existed before 5 August 1965. This status quo ante also included the return of the bravely fought Haji Pir Pass captured with considerable grit and determination. Notably, India had captured 1,920 sq km of Pakistani territory, mainly the fertile land of Sialkot, Lahore, and Kashmir sectors, including the strategic Haji Pir Pass. Pakistan had 550 sq km of Indian territory, mainly in the deserts opposite its Sindh province and Cham and Akhnur. Yet, despite holding almost 4 times more Pakistani land including in strategic areas like Haji Pir Pass and near Lahore, India did not get any advantages in Tashkent Agreement. Also, once again, despite having 93,000 Pakistani POWs, India failed to press Pakistan to vacate the Cham sector. So effectively, while India won and returned Haji Pir Pass in 1965, Pakistan still occupies the Cham sector. Pakistan has continuously used the same Haji Pir Pass for infiltration in India and supporting terrorism in Kashmir.